New tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court is weighing whether to roll back abortion rights for women. Good evening, I'm Tram Mai.
And I'm Joe Dana. Mark and Caribe are off tonight. The High Court heard arguments this week on a Mississippi law that undercuts the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. Here in Arizona, the case's impact could be big.
Tonight, we're verifying whether Arizona has an abortion ban on the books that could be activated by a court ruling.
Many questions have come up in the aftermath of the U.S. Supreme Court's hearing this week on a Mississippi anti-abortion law. The law appears to violate the half-century-old Roe v. Wade decision. We're verifying one of those questions. Does Arizona have a law on the books that bans abortion? Here's why the question's timely. The Supreme Court's ruling in the Mississippi case, expected by late July, could activate unenforced bans in states across the country. Our sources for this verify are Wendy Goen, lead reference archivist at the Arizona State Library in Phoenix; Kathy Herod, president of the Center for Arizona Policy and the person most responsible for anti-abortion legislation in Arizona over the last 15 years; and Chris Love, board chair of Planned Parenthood Advocates of Arizona. That's the advocacy arm for Planned Parenthood of Arizona, the state's leading defender of abortion rights. With the help of Wendy Goen at the Arizona State Library, we tracked down the state's original abortion ban. It's in the revised statutes from the Arizona Territory all the way back in 1901. Under the heading Abortions, the territory made it a crime for anyone to help a pregnant woman procure the miscarriage of such a woman unless the same is necessary to preserve her life. The penalty was 2 to 5 years in prison. The Arizona Territory statute from 120 years ago is virtually unchanged today in the law books for the 109-year-old state of Arizona. On this weekend's Sunday Square Off, both Kathy Herod and Chris Love agree that the Arizona ban will likely be activated by the Supreme Court's ruling in the Mississippi case.
They probably will kick that back to the states, as Kathy has said, and let each state decide how they would like to regulate abortion.
So back to our question. Does Arizona have a law on the books banning abortion? We verified that yes, Arizona has had an abortion ban on the books for more than a century, but it hasn't been enforced since the U.S. Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision in 1973 legalized the right to abortion nationwide. In Phoenix, Bram Resnick, 12 News.
And this weekend's special edition of Sunday Square Off looks at the potential Arizona impact of the Supreme Court's upcoming abortion decision with Kathy Herod and guest Chris Love. You can join moderator Bram Resnick at 8 a.m. Sunday on 12 News.